What's going on, guys? It's me, Airliner Fan 2016 here, and today we have my plan for the Airliners International 2024 convention VP, guys. Man, I'm just super excited to talk about this in today's video. Today I'll be discussing my plan for Airliners International 2024 and what I'm going to be doing during this trip. So I'm just super excited to talk about this with you guys. So today is the day. Airliners International 2024, it'll start tomorrow, June 26th to the 29th, but the trip for my Airliners International 2024 trip starts today, so I'm just super excited to talk about my plan for today's video. So, here we go. Once again, welcome to Airliners International 2024 in Kansas City, Missouri, MCI, and overall, it's going to be a very fun convention, and I'm just beyond excited to attend my second Airliners International after I attend last year's in Dallas. So really excited for that, and yeah, I also did this video similarly to last year's convention in DFW. So excited to talk about this for the Kansas City convention. So yeah, we're not gonna waste further time. We're just gonna get started right away. So as you already saw in the trip report or the trip announcement, that flight report, not really a flight report, but the trip announcement for this trip, I already talked about this, but I'll be staying in Kansas City for 5 days and 4 nights. The trip duration will be 6 days, and I have 4 flights to cover. So I'll be flying with Delta Airlines once again, going to Kansas City. So I'm just super excited to fly with Delta on this flight right here, on this journey right here. So super excited. So that's it for that's kind of like the full background information. So let's get started with the days. So we'll be starting with day 0, and that's gonna be, that's it, just one bullet point. That's just one bullet point on June 25, which is today. And that'll be from my flight from Sacramento International Airport to Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson International Airport on board Delta Airlines Flight 769. So yeah, I'm really excited to fly with Delta Airlines again, and really excited to fly on the 739s again. And overall, the comfort experience on my previous Delta Airlines 737 flight was pretty amazing, so I should expect something similar for this flight going to Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson. Once again, the world's busiest airport, and I'm super excited to go to that airport for the very first time. So yeah, that's it for day 0, June 25. Once again, just one bullet point, and that'll be that flight right there. So now we move on to the next day, which is June 26th. So June 26th, or day 1, and that is the first day of the convention, alongside my second day, of course. Well, day 0, yeah. Day 0, just like that. So we'll be moving on to day 1. So once again, that is the start of the convention itself. I'll be having a layover at Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson International for 3 hours. And yeah, I think what I'll be doing there is probably do some plane spotting at ATL, try to look for locations to get some good catches. And yeah, kind of like assessing the airport. I know it is the world's busiest airport, so it might get congested, but hopefully I can try to catch my flight going to Kansas City on time, which will be on Delta Airlines Flight 2908 from ATL to not Amsterdam, but Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson to Kansas City International Airport, MCI. Once again, that will be on my first ever Boeing 757 flight, which I'm just super excited for that flight. First time on the 757 and first time on Comfort Plus, so what a way to go out for my first 757 flight right there. So super excited. After landing in MCI, I'll check in my hotel in the Hilton in a rather different way, which I'll be talking about on that next slide, so super excited for that. And after relaxing at the hotel for a bit, well, actually not really hotel, but something a little bit different, but yeah, that's way before, but here we go. So we're going to be moving on to my first tour, which will be the TWA Museum tour, which will last from 12:30 p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So I'll be attending my first tour for this convention. Once again, the TWA Museum tour in 10 Witches Road at the downtown Kansas City Airport, MKC. So really excited to learn about the history of TWA, or Trans World Airlines, and I'm just super excited to see what the exhibits are and what this museum has to offer. And yeah, after 4 p.m. I kind of relax for an hour, because later at 5 o'clock p.m. we'll have the Kansas City International Airport plane spotting meetup, which will be held at the parking garage. So one of the parking garage at MCI. This was organized by Red River Aviation and JJ Skippy, so I'm just super excited to attend this meetup. It'll last from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. We're going to be having some dominoes there, and probably some trivia as well, so I'm just super excited to do another spotting meetup, just like last year's at Founders Plaza in Dallas, so gonna be very fun. That's all I can really say. It's gonna be a very fun first day of the convention itself. And overall, just super excited. Now, we're gonna be talking about my stay in hotel, but it's rather a different way on how I'm gonna be staying in the Hilton Hotel. So I did not actually book a room for the Hilton Hotel, but rather than just like booking a room for my own, I'll be a roommate with somebody, and that's none other than one of my friend of mine that I know from last year. And here it is. So I'll be staying once again at the Hilton Hotel, and I'll be sharing a room with Aviation LAS, or my best friend Ed. So I'm just super excited to be buddies, roommates with each other, and overall, it's gonna be a very interesting experience living with somebody else and staying in a hotel. I actually did this before, but with my other friends, but I'm just super excited to sleep over with my buddy Aviation LAS. We actually did some Airliners International newsletters with him, together. So yeah, it should be very fun having being like a room buddy for his room, because he is the one who paid for his room. So I'm just super excited to sleep with him, of course, and just have fun. So that is my hotel stay. Once again, it's really different unlike last year, since I'll be sharing rooms with Aviation LAS. So that'll be very fun right there. Alright, so now we move on to day 2 of the convention. So here we are, day 2 at the convention. The collectible show opens at 12 p.m. on day 1. That's the first day of the collectible show. And overall, I'm just super excited to see what the convention has to offer, or what the convention hall has to offer. So I'm just super excited to see all the aviation memorabilia items and all the model planes. Really exciting stuff right there. And later, I'm not really gonna stay there for the entire day, because later at 1:30 p.m. I'll be heading to the TriStar Experience Tour, which I'll see an L1011 in person, getting inside of an L1011. So that's gonna be very exciting right there. I'm just super excited to get inside of an L1011, and hopefully for some good, if ever there's some good weather, then we might see an engine start from one of the Rolls-Royce engines. I think they're RB211 engines on this aircraft, but that's gonna be very exciting right there. And overall, should be very interesting to see what it's like to fly on an L1011 TriStar back in the golden age of aviation. So just super excited for that. And after at 3 p.m., once I return for the hotel, highly likely I'll actually be attending Todd Michaels' seminar, which will start at 3 p.m. So he's actually one of the seminar speakers for this year's convention, so I'm just super excited to see him during the seminar and talk about how a Gemini Jet Small is made and how it's being shipped to all these other retailers. And he's also gonna offer some raffles at the end of his seminar, so that's gonna be very exciting right there. After that, we'll be having our welcome party reception, which of course is kind of like a presentation, kind of like a film presentation, and it's inside the Hilton Hotel, which once again I did find very interesting though. Surprised that they decided to go for this rather than just taking all the attendees outside somewhere else, but should be very cool and should be very interesting to experience. Next up we should have is day 3, so this will be day 3 of the convention. Day 2 of the collectibles show, it will open at 9 a.m. instead of 12 p.m. And yeah, kind of do the same old stuff, kind of look around, look for some memorabilia items, look for some models, probably some safety cards, time cards, and some magnets as well. Next up, I'll be having my Jet Midwest tour, which will start at 1:15 p.m. and it'll last through 3 p.m. So super excited to go to Jet Midwest. I'm gonna see some various airplanes, including, if not, a Las Vegas Sands 747 SP. So I'm just super excited to see that aircraft. You'll also see some 777s, possibly some MD-80s, and some American 767s. So that's going to be very exciting to see what this kind of Jet Midwest thing has to offer. It is also a boneyard as well, but this is kind of different, unlike the boneyards you would see in California or the West Coast. But they also scrap some planes, so hopefully we don't see that. But it'll be very, very interesting to see. But yet again, seeing an airplane scrap is just oh my god, my eyes, I don't want this plane to be ripped apart. But yeah, it's all about the learning process. But yeah, it's a very interesting tour, and once again, that will last from 11:15 p.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. And after that, possibly I'll just be doing some Kansas City plane spotting if I don't really have nothing much to do. Try to look for a certain location to plane spot where there's good lighting, and overall, kind of hope for the best in terms of photos and all that. But other than that, there's there's my third bullet point for day 3 of the collectible show, Friday, June 28th. And after that, later at 5:30 p.m., we'll have the Friday Night at the Props barbecue, which of course will be held at the TWA Museum at 10 Richards Road. So it's going to be a very fun event. They actually did this last year, not really last year, a few years back in 2007 when the convention was held in Kansas City. And yeah, they're returning that event for Friday night. And once again, that'll last from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. So that's going to be very exciting. Can't wait to try out the barbecue service for Kansas City. And yeah, Kansas City is like known for all the delicious barbecues they have. So I'm really excited to try that out. And overall, it's gonna be a blast. Chilling with some 8 geeks while sitting under, let's say, a TWA constellation while eating some delicious barbecue. That's really exciting right there. And now we move on to day 4, which will be day 3, the collectible show. So, same song, second verse for the time it opens at 9 a.m. But it'll be discount day, so hopefully I can see some amazing discounts on all these malls right here. And third bullet point, before the third bullet point, I do want to go over the second bullet point. I'm not sure if I'll actually be attending the behind the scenes at PSA, this seminar that they're going to be hosting on that day. It's called like the behind the scenes at PSA. I'm not sure if I'll actually be attending this seminar. It's not really 100% confirmed, or maybe, once again, that starts at 1 p.m., but I'm not sure if I actually want to like attend that, because I love to hear the history of PSA, but if kind of other things do conflict between this schedule, then I will have to like cancel that. But hey, at least WAHS will provide some videos of the seminars afterwards, so that's kind of like a question I will have to decide if ever I'll be going to this seminar or not, but who knows. And then after that, I'll also be doing some Kansas City plane spotting as per usual. Now keep in mind, I'll also record some videos, so the recording videos might conflict to one of my recording, like all these bullet points that I mentioned. And after some Kansas City plane spotting, it's time to head to the Saturday night banquet, which will start at 6:30 p.m. It'll last to 11 o'clock p.m. So this will be my first time attending a banquet dinner for Airliners International after I didn't attend it last year because I was a newbie. But since it's my second time, I'm just super excited to see what the banquet dinner has to offer and see what it's like to attend a banquet dinner for Saturday. So really exciting stuff right there. And overall, I'm just super excited for it. So yeah, that is the last day of the convention, June 29th. So after the convention is over, we'll be moving on to like day 5 of the collectible, not really convention, but day 5 of my trip. So day 5, which is after the convention, which will be on Sunday, June 30th. And yeah, this is all a lot of bullet points, I will say. Aviation LAS will be leaving his hotel room somewhere around the morning, so I will have to like leave his hotel room, and I don't know what to do. I'll be going for some Kansas City plane spotting afterwards. I know it's kind of like early in the morning, but depending on if the sun is rising or not, then I'll be doing some Kansas City plane spotting. And then after that, kind of like around the noon hour, I might try to do some extra activities at Kansas City. Not really like outside of like the Airliners convention itself. I might try to do some extra things while I'm in Kansas City, like explore some other areas like Kansas City. Once again, it's my first time at MCI, not really MCI, the airport, but Kansas City, Missouri. I have never like seen this city in person before, never walked around, so it'll be cool to actually like walk around Kansas City and see what the city has to offer us. So yeah, but yeah, it's situated in the central area of the United States, so it'll be very interesting to see a Midwestern city for the first time, like Kansas City, of course. But other than that, just super excited to explore Kansas City as a person. After a couple of sorry about that quick little pause right there, but as I was saying, I might see if I can try to do some extra activities while at Kansas City, since like pretty much everything is forward this time on. Maybe everybody has already left. I kind of like don't have pretty much nothing to do. I still want to play spy at MCI, but still I want to like explore the Kansas City area. So that's kind of like my plan right there. I'm not sure if that's actually going to be going according to plan. It's not sure if it will happen or not, but we'll just have to see. And then after me spending some time at Kansas City for the last couple of hours, I'll be heading back to Sacramento but I'll be having a layover at Salt Lake City, which I'll be on Delta Airlines Flight 2903 from Kansas City International Airport to Salt Lake City International Airport. I'll be flying on the Delta A320, so I'm just super excited to fly on the Delta A320 again. And yeah, after landing in SLC, I'll be doing my layover there. It's a longer layover as well. Possibly do some night spotting. I'm not sure if that's really on the plan, depending if, like, it really depends if it's cold or not. But other than that, maybe I might try to do some Salt Lake City plane spotting at night, but who knows, we'll just have to wait and see. And then after that, the final flight for this trip will be on Delta Airlines Flight 1441 from Salt Lake City to Sacramento, and I'll be on a 739 once again. So that pretty much will mark the end of my Airliners International 2024 trip. So yeah, that's kind of like the whole trip as a whole, like the whole thing that I talked about as a whole. That's my entire trip explained in this video. So that's my plan right there. So looking forward to this convention once again. But I do want to give you some additional notes. Make sure to budget your money. Of course, I did make that mistake where I didn't really pretty much budget my money last year, but I will do it this time. So limit to a certain amount of money for each day. So like, for example, $250 spent per day. So you just only have to spend $250 per day. So just if you spend $250 at one day, that day one of the collectible show, then you can't spend any more. You have to wait for next day. And you don't have to really spend all of your budget in just one day. Like, you don't have to like spend all $250 for each day. Maybe there might be some models that you may be interested in, or maybe some items that you might be also interested at. So you might sometimes would end up being at like $100 like or so spent in just a day. But yeah, it's kind of like the best effort that you need to do. And if ever you're in a group, you gotta stick with the group. So yeah, go with the group. That's something that I would like to like talk about. You can go with it, like if you have a group with you, then you can stick with each other, and then yeah, it'll be actually more fun to like interact with other Abe geeks right there. And then my third bullet, excuse me. And my third bullet point is just make a list of models you want to buy. So you can have a list of models that you want for your collection, and then you can have like other models that you also want, other timetables and like other like aviation memorabilia items right there, but mostly on models, because there are some models that people might be interested in. Some people just want a specific model they want for their collections. I'll do that as well, and I already have a list with me already, so yeah. But yeah, just make a list of all your models, and hopefully you can find some if ever they have it in their vendor tables. In each vendor table, that's what I mean. But yeah, that's the additional notes. And to finally round it all off, we have my concluding advice. So yeah, kind of like similar to this slide from last year's talk video about my plan for AI 2023. If you want to see, like, yeah, this is like my concluding advice. I need to take a breather at times, but okay, alright. So let's get started with my concluding advice. So once again, this is similar to last year's concluding advice from Dallas. If you want to say hi to me, then feel free to say hi if ever you see me walk around the convention hall or hide around the lobby of the hotel. And you don't really have to be nervous to talk to me. I'm very friendly to everyone, and I really would love to meet new people and returning faces as well from last year's convention. So it's gonna be very nice, and yeah, really glad to meet with you guys, and I'm just beyond excited to meet with all you guys at this year's convention and meet some new Abe geeks. That's my third bullet point. Meet some new fellow aviation enthusiasts. They may have something similar that you have in common. Like, say for instance, if either of you live at the same airport, then you get to interact with them more. Or if you have like a person who's like into like pilot training, and then you have a similar thing when it comes to pilot training, then you can talk with him. It's gonna be very fun, and yeah, we just love sharing our passion as aviation enthusiasts. And for my last bullet point, the most important one, have a great time. Have fun at this convention. You're gonna absolutely love it. So yeah, and with all that, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this video. So welcome to Airliners International 2024 MCI. So yeah, super excited for this convention once again. It's going to be a very fun trip for me, and overall, I'm just beyond excited to attend my second Airliners International convention and my first time going to Kansas City International to explore a brand new airport in the country. So really exciting stuff right there, and I'm just overall ready for this convention. Hope you guys are excited as well. This convention is going to be absolutely fun, and if this is your first time attending this convention, then you're not going to regret it. This is going to be a very fun convention, and I'm just super excited to meet you guys from there. So, beyond excited, and I hope you guys are as well if you're going to be attending this convention for the first time, or the second time, or whatever, how many times you're going to be attending this. Or if you went to 2022 or 2023's Airliners, then you're going to be excited for Kansas City. So, super excited, and overall, I just can't wait to meet you guys from there. So, that's it for today's video. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on that post notification bell so you won't miss a video like this anytime soon. And if you want to see more of my Airliners International 2024 content, then you can click on that playlist, and you can see all my Airliners International 2024 videos from there. We're going to be having a lot of videos, or I'm going to be having a lot of videos once the convention commences. And don't forget to check out JJ Skippy's Airliners International 2024 community content. Similar to my content, we're going to be having more videos during the convention, we're going to be having more videos from that playlist as the convention progresses. So, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys at Airliners International 2024 in Kansas City. Anyways, good night.